So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test. And using AI to look at the blood test, you can find the cancers that are actually seriously threatening the person.
How would you feel after going for your yearly checkup, feeling fine, and then you're told you have stage 3 cancer? That's the reality for millions, because most cancers are silent until it's almost too late.
New tests promise to reveal the secrets hiding in your blood. So it was talking about some new blood tests available that are biomarkers for and can pick up diseases beyond what we have currently available.
But in 2025, blood tests are flipping the script. A single vial of blood can now reveal hidden cancers years before symptoms show up. This is happening right now. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know the tests that could literally save your life. Welcome to the Ageless Protocol, the silent killer problem. Cancer doesn't just show up overnight. It grows silently, sometimes for years, without a single obvious symptom. By the time most people get diagnosed, the disease is already advanced, treatment is brutal, and survival chances plummet. That's why the real fight against cancer is about catching it before it has the chance to spread. And right now, in 2025, the game is changing. Blood tests are emerging as the ultimate weapon. Forget painful biopsies or waiting until a tumor is visible on a scan. These new tests are designed to pick up cancer at its earliest, most treatable stage, sometimes even before symptoms exist. Here at the Ageless Protocol, we bring you the breakthroughs that actually matter. We've secured exclusive discounts on health tools and supplements that support cellular health and resilience. Links are in the description. Liquid biopsies. The big breakthrough. One of the biggest revolutions in early cancer detection is what researchers call a liquid biopsy. Instead of cutting into tissue, these tests analyze a simple blood sample for fragments of tumor DNA, known as circulating tumor DNA or ctDNA. Here's why that's massive. Tumors shed DNA into the bloodstream long before they're visible on imaging scans. That means doctors can potentially detect cancer years earlier than before. Imagine catching pancreatic cancer, the deadliest type, at stage 1 instead of stage 4. The survival odds flip completely. In 2025, multi-cancer early detection (MCED) tests are advancing fast. Companies are developing panels that can scan your blood for dozens of cancer signals at once. We're not just talking about breast or colon cancer anymore. We're talking about lung, pancreatic, liver, ovarian, and more, all from a single vial of blood. It's here, and clinical trials are proving it works. Proteomics, tracking cancer by proteins. But DNA isn't the only fingerprint cancer leaves behind. Proteins, the messengers that drive how cells behave, also shift when cancer starts brewing. New blood tests now track abnormal protein patterns that act like red flags for early tumor growth. This matters because not all cancers shed DNA into the blood in large amounts. Some hide better. But protein-based signatures can reveal changes in the body's biology even when DNA signals are weak. It's like having a second alarm system when the first one misses something. In fact, researchers are now combining DNA and protein analysis in a single test. That means higher accuracy, fewer false positives, and a much stronger shot at detecting multiple cancer types with one screening. This is the future we're walking into. Blood tests that spot cancer before it has the chance to kill. The next wave of breakthroughs is focusing on epigenetics, chemical changes to DNA that flip cancer on or off. And that's where things get even more shocking. Epigenetics, catching cancer's hidden signals. DNA mutations are one thing, but here's the real surprise. Cancer can hijack your body without even mutating DNA first. How? Through epigenetic changes, tiny chemical tags that turn genes on or off. Think of it like someone messing with the light switches in your cells. The wiring is still fine, but the wrong switches get flipped, and suddenly cells grow out of control. In 2025, New blood tests are mapping these epigenetic changes with scary precision. They're not just asking, is there tumor DNA here? They're asking, is your DNA behaving like it's already on the path to cancer? That means detection can happen even earlier, before tumors fully form. That's not just early detection, that's pre-detection. Metabolomics, following cancer's energy trail. Cancer cells are energy hogs. They burn fuel differently than normal cells, leaving behind a metabolic fingerprint in the blood. This is where metabolomics comes in, the science of tracking all those chemical byproducts floating around in your system. New metabolomic blood tests are uncovering early cancer by spotting unusual patterns in glucose, amino acids, and lipid metabolism. It's like catching a thief not by his face, but by the weird trail of footprints he leaves behind. Even when DNA or protein signals are faint, metabolism doesn't lie. But metabolomic signatures can sometimes reveal not just that cancer is present, but which organ it's likely coming from. Imagine getting a blood test that doesn't just say cancer signal detected, but cancer signal most likely from your pancreas. That's where things are headed. AI, the silent partner behind the science. Here's what makes all of this possible. No human brain could crunch the sheer amount of data these tests generate. You've got DNA fragments, proteins, metabolites, and epigenetic tags all swirling in one blood sample. The only way to decode that chaos is through artificial intelligence. AI-powered algorithms in 2025 are getting scary good at distinguishing noise from reality. They can train on millions of blood samples, learn the subtle patterns of early cancer, and then apply that knowledge instantly to your test results. That's why accuracy rates are skyrocketing compared to even a few years ago. And here's the best part. AI doesn't just stop at detection, it's starting to predict progression. Some trials show algorithms can forecast which precancers are likely to turn aggressive and which ones will stay harmless. That means fewer unnecessary surgeries and faster treatment for the real killers. The breakthroughs don't stop there. The next frontier is combining all of these into multi-layered blood panels, tests that don't just detect cancer, but map out its type, stage, and even guide treatment. And that's where the future of cancer prevention gets even more radical. Multi-Omics, the full picture in a single tube. Here's where things get wild. For decades, cancer screening was fragmented. You had a mammogram for breast cancer, a colonoscopy for colon cancer, a PSA test for prostate cancer. But in 2025, scientists are merging everything into multi-omic blood tests. One tube of blood can now be screened for tumor DNA, protein changes, metabolic fingerprints, and epigenetic shifts. All at once. Instead of piecing together random snapshots, you get a full 4K picture of what's happening in your body right now. This isn't a dream. It's already in human trials. Early results show these panels can not only detect more than a dozen cancers, but also identify which ones are aggressive versus which are likely to stay dormant. That's a huge deal, because overtreatment has been a hidden crisis in cancer care. Accessibility, from hospitals to home kits. The biggest question is this: will this tech only live in elite clinics, or will it hit the mainstream? The answer will shock you. It's moving faster than anyone expected. Just a few years ago, these tests cost thousands of dollars. Today, prices are dropping under $500 in some trials, and companies are already developing at-home kits where you prick your finger, mail in the sample, and get results through a secure app. If that sounds futuristic, remember this. 5 years ago, genetic sequencing cost thousands. Now, you can order a DNA test kit online for the price of dinner. Cancer screening is on the same path, shrinking in cost, growing in accuracy, and moving straight into your living room. What this means for you: by the time most cancers are caught today, it's too late. Symptoms don't show up until the disease has already been spreading. That's why survival rates are low for things like pancreatic, ovarian, and lung cancer. But blood-based early detection flips the script. Instead of waiting for your body to crash, you get warned while the problem is still microscopic, when it's easiest to treat. We're talking about the possibility of catching a deadly disease years before it tries to kill you. And this isn't just about saving lives, it's about saving quality of life. Early treatment means less brutal therapies, faster recovery, and fewer lifelong side effects. It's the difference between cutting out a tiny spark versus fighting a raging wildfire. So, here's where it all comes together. The future of cancer prevention is about hunting down disease before it has a chance to grow. Blood tests are becoming the ultimate surveillance system for your body. At the Ageless Protocol, we break down these breakthroughs because your health shouldn't depend on outdated tools and guesswork. If you care about living longer and living stronger, this is where the game is changing. And if you want to take action today, we've locked in exclusive discounts on vetted supplements and wellness tools that actually support cellular health and recovery. Check the links below before they're gone, so hit follow, hit subscribe, and stay with us, because every week we're exposing the myths and the real science that keeps you alive.